KREM 2 News at 4 begins now.
Welcome to KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Jane and Tom are off today. More snow is on the way to Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and for some, it may have already arrived. The city of Spokane tweeted about its plans to tackle the evening commute tonight. We're told street crews will be out de-icing and sanding arterials, hills, bridges, and other problem intersections. Let's get straight to a check of the forecast. Meteorologist Michelle Boss standing by in the KREM 2 Weather Center. Michelle?
Yep, the snow has moved into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area already, and temperatures are below freezing pretty much across the entire inland northwest. So what snow falls is going to be definitely sticking, especially to those side roads and untreated roads, making for a slippery commute this late afternoon and early evening. And also for those who may have some plans to be out tonight, we're also seeing some reduced visibilities out there due to fog and the snowfall down to half a mile in Moses Lake. So it looks like it could be some pretty dicey driving conditions out along I-90, especially through this late afternoon, early evening. Visibility is down to a mile at the Spokane airport, 2 miles in the valley. And temperatures, as I mentioned, chilly enough that all that snow is going to be sticking around 28 in Spokane, 29 in Coeur d'Alene. The only area above freezing right now is down towards the Pomeroy and Lewiston region. You can see on satellite and radar the widespread snow moving through the inland northwest. Winter weather advisories are in effect going through midnight for the western edge of that across the Okanagan Highlands, and then continuing until noon tomorrow for the central Panhandle Mountains. Generally light snow amounts, 1 to 4 inches if I wanted to make a broad general snow accumulation forecast for the entire inland northwest. We're going to see some rain on top of that as early as tomorrow morning, and then just plain old rain showers. We'll see a transition, maybe a little wintry mix early tomorrow morning, but high temperatures tomorrow with very windy conditions in the lower 40s.
All right, Michelle, thanks so much. We'll check back in with you later. Well, less than 2 hours now until Cougar football. 13th ranked Washington State will face 24th ranked Iowa State in the 2018 Alamo Bowl. This marks WSU's 5th bowl game in just 6 seasons. KREM 2 Sports Director Brenna Green inside the Alamo Bowl tonight in San Antonio. She joins us live now with more. Good evening, Brenna.
Mark, welcome back to San Antonio. Like you said, just under 2 hours until this game kicks off. In this half hour of our show, we're going to talk a little bit about the main matchup that everybody's been talking about this week. Iowa State's defense versus Washington State's offense. A lot of people saying that whoever wins that battle is going to win this game. Let's just make this simple. This game pits the Pac-12's best passing offense against the Big 12's second best passing defense. Washington State is averaging 380 yards of passing per game. Iowa State only allowing 228 yards of passing per game. Iowa State has seen their fair share of air raid type offenses in the Big 12 this season, namely West Virginia, who the Clones had a ton of success against, holding Will Grier to just 100 yards and holding the Mountaineers as a team to just 14 points. However, Iowa State's defensive coordinator says this Washington State team is a whole different animal.
I think this offense is different than anybody really that we've played. I think the quarterback, obviously, well documented, going to be first-round draft choice, tremendous player, tailback, tremendous player. And I just think it's a different offense, and I don't, unless you would just really view and see all the games, it is very different. It helps us, you know, in honesty, because we have seen parts of it. We have not seen all of it like you see with, you know, Coach Leach's offense.
Obviously, there's a lot of respect from the Clones side for the Cougs offense, and the same goes with the Cougs for the Clones defense.
I think they transition really well. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. The hardest thing about a defense is, is everybody going to the same place in a synchronized fashion. They do a good job of that. They run to the ball well. And, I mean, you got kind of a second level of people that are trying to be involved both in the run and the pass, and they do a good job of transitioning that way without leaving any holes.
One of the interesting things for Washington State is that no one else runs the air raid in the Pac-12, so they rarely get to see film on how their opponents will defend them, but they've been able to see ample amounts of how Iowa State will most likely defend them tonight.
The biggest thing for us is we get to see what they do against teams like us, which we don't get to see in our conference very much. So that's an advantage for us, and it's an advantage for them for playing against our style of offense. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, I did want to note that what to expect on offense from Iowa State tonight. They are powered by freshman quarterback Brock Purdy, who is third in the Big 12 in passing efficiency, and running back David Montgomery, who is averaging 99 yards of rushing per contest. That also ranks third in the Big 12. Hunter Dale says this could be a bit of a cat and mouse game this evening between Iowa State's offense and Washington State's defense.
We're trying to show different looks when we can. We're trying to disguise a lot of things when we can, if we can't do it at all, because they have a good time. They do a good job of disguising their offense also, and trying to get defenses to show what they're about to do, show their hat. And so we just have to make sure that we're patient enough for them to show us their hat before we do.
Tonight at 5, I will be delving into Gardner Minshew's final game as a Coug, how this game is basically going to be an away game for WSU, and something we've been talking about throughout this entire bowl game stretch, the Cougs getting that 11th win and making history. But for now, reporting in the Alamo Dome, I'm Brenna Green from 2 Sports.
All right, Brenna, thank you so much. In other news, Governor Jay Inslee and Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds have raised the stakes with a friendly wager on the Alamo Bowl. So if the Cougs win, Governor Reynolds has promised to send bacon and other pork products to Olympia's Thurston County Food Bank. And if Iowa State manages to win, Governor Inslee has pledged a feast of Ivar's famous clam chowder to the Northeast Iowa Food Bank. So we'll just have to wait and see who ends up winning that bet. We'll keep you posted on that. The Spokane International Airport is cheering for the Cougs ahead of the team's Alamo Bowl appearance. The airport displayed this message on some of its signs today saying, "Go Cougs and win the Alamo Bowl." And it looks like people are cheering for the Cougs all across the country right now. The hashtag #GoCougs getting a lot of traction online. This map shows the areas where people are using that hashtag. You can see a lot of people in Washington and also in the San Antonio area tweeting about the Cougs. Our Alamo Bowl coverage does not end here. Coming up on KREM 2 News at 5 o'clock tonight, we'll check back in with Brenna Green live from San Antonio. And then later tonight on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11, we'll have a recap of the game, so we'll hope you'll join us for that.